but they cannot lead, they cannot breathe. Allow me, please, to plant this seed. Don't take freedom for granted. I'm serious.
Mr.
I'm
Boyd,
furious
you know
to
that
see
you are
U.S. schools behind. Remove the clatters, just a matter of making up our minds. In this great grades and great
can't hear us.
for you. If you don't gain, they fight in vain. Show them what you can do. Show them what you can do. Please show them what you can do. We believe in you, warriors. Protect you to do what you must to rise. Please do your part. Please start before another warrior dies. In this parade, please wave your grace to the brave who fight for you. If you don't gain, they fight in vain. Show them what you can do. Show them what you can do. Please show them what you can do. They sacrifice for you. Show them what you can do. Please show them what you can do. Please.
Good afternoon and welcome to Wave Your Grades on KUAW.org, the academic patriotism program that is dedicated to veterans and serious secondary scholars. I am your announcer, DeQuay Wilson. Now, here is our host, civilian urban educator, Carl Boyd.
Good afternoon, and as a matter of fact, it is the first day of the month, so we are not surprised to see Attorney Valencia Broaddus and guide, mentor, instructor, Professor Dr. Paris Holly, along with Attorney Valencia Broaddus. To both of you, thank you for being here and welcome to Wave Your Grades.
Amen. Hello, everybody. How are you today?
As I mentioned earlier, fantastic, but getting better. And there are a few reasons for that. And two of them are before me, and I don't know how many you have with you, but if it is the two, that is more than enough for the conversation we are going to have this afternoon. Would either of you or both of you like to introduce someone else or introduce today's topic?
I'll introduce the peoples, and then Miss Paris can help us introduce one of the topics that we're going to talk about today. And then there could be others that you and the young leaders may even want to talk about, Mr. Boyd. So first we have Mr. Xavier. Mr. Xavier, please say hi to us and just tell us what you're up to these days, please.
Hello, my name is Xavier Sidney. I am currently about to be enrolled into Lee Summit North High School. And what I'm doing is mainly getting ready for school.
Amen.
I have a couple appointments going up to get me transferred over, and that's pretty much it.
Amen. Good. And you're staying out of the heat, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Try. Yes, I know. It's like you want to go out and do stuff.
Xavier is becoming a regular. We really appreciate his presence.
Absolutely. Thank you. Miss Heaven, so introduce yourself and just tell us what you've been up to these days.
Hello, everyone. My name is Heaven Hart, and I have been up to, working on my podcast, also working on my online digital marketing business that I've started. Also looking to start a part-time job here really soon. So that's what's been going on with me here lately.
Wonderful. And it's always good to see Miss Heaven. She helped me to I had an urgent situation this week for a thing that I'm doing, and so it's always very, very nice. I was telling my at MCC, I teach community health workers. So I was telling them we needed something really super fast. And I said, well, I can make a phone call and I can get it like within an hour and a half. And I called Miss Heaven and she basically did a full flyer and some other stuff. She just asked me, what do you need? And I give her a little information. And so it's great to be able to utilize the services of our career club teammates. So I just want to just say thank you for that, Miss Heaven. We all were excited. De La Sal's excited. that we're going to be having what we need to move forward. For just want to say that. So excellent. Thank you. Thank you.
Amen.
Good. Miss Riri, good morning, afternoon rather, Miss Rihanna. Please say hello to us and then tell us, about you and what you've been up to this summer.
Um, Hello, as y'all know, my name is Rihanna. And what else did you ask me to say?
To just tell us what have you been up to this summer, like working or anything like that. What's good happening in your world right now?
Over my summer, um, I've been to Mizzou.
Yeah,
I've been working. Yeah, that's
excellent.
about it.
And that's a
Mainly.
lot. You go to a lot of she's a senior, so she's doing colleges and stuff like that. So she's been to Mizzou, and then of course working to make money. Absolutely good. And then, of course, I want us to, Miss Paris, of course, remind us who you are and some of what you've been up to, and then take us into um, our our upcoming competition. So just talk to us, and then from there, we'll make some other things happen.
Amen.
All right. Well, I'm Miss Paris Holly. I'm part of the Smart Money Career Club. Um, this summer has been adventurous. Took a summer course that went very interesting in itself. Working in sports and being a sports mom, trying to play attend or not attend, much as humanly possible. Um, so we're doing that, and then of course our Smart Money Career Club. We have our youth parliamentary meetings that we've been doing. So all of our students are now going to have a mentor who they meet with, and they're going to do some similar stuff that we've done with our getting our Fab 4, making sure they communicate with either their parents or whoever's in their group, and just communicate, learn, and keeping everybody in tune and ready to go.
Competing for money.
That's it.
That's always exciting. Always exciting. And I definitely want you to, and you can talk about it a little bit more later if you want to, Ms. Paris. I definitely want to make sure that we're mentioning that you're a tutor, you're also an ACT coach for, in the area. And so we'll be getting back on target with our, because mainly we have all seniors right now. We have a couple of persons who are a little younger in the club, but we have so many seniors that we're making sure that we're doing our ACT prep and scholarship and all that for all of our seniors to make sure that they can get what they need. So Paris leads us on a lot of that ACT prep. So we'll get that schedule out soon. So thank you for that, Ms. Paris. All right. Mr. Boyd, you talk to us. What you been up to?
Let me tell you, this is wonderful, wonderful in a number of ways. One of the ways is, as I hear, for instance, this old lady, Heaven Hart, who was talking about her podcast and how she has developed so rapidly. It would be interesting at some point. We won't take an entire show, obviously, but for her to recall when we met and looking at her development, the family, it is just wonderful, wonderful. So that in and of itself is a blessing. Xavier needs to know that when DeQuay Wilson was asking questions about activities, and he mentioned his competitiveness and how well they had done casually, it just helps us to know that we are working, Rihanna, with a group of very special young people, special because they're doing such outstanding work and not acting like it's special. So those of us who are of another generation need to help you to understand that what you are doing, particularly First Saturdays, gives us credibility that we could not earn without you. So let me just say, wonderful things going on with wonderful Wanda and myself, but let us give the time on this day to Paris Holly, our very special young people, and just let you know how proud we are for you to allow us to be with you.
Thank you, Mr. Boyd.
Thank you.
Excellent. So I'm gonna prime us back up a little bit, and so that Miss Heaven and Miss Paris together, they're gonna lead us through some information. Um, Before they do that, I want to announce that we have amongst us with Miss Ree and Mr. Xavier, we have two officers, official officers of our official Smart Parley Club. So we have a Smart Career Club that's like the parent over Smart Learning Centers over everything, and then within it we have financial literacy, we have ACT prep tutoring, stuff like that. So within the past year, we've been focusing a lot on parliamentary procedure, especially in helping our young leaders to understand how to be officers in clubs and stuff, and the
Yes.
importance of it, using their voice and voting and all of that, but also how to lead groups of people and how they do it as officers and stuff. So, a big part of that is yes, we can have a club, we can lead some stuff, we can have fundraisers, but we got to have officers. So we have I'm enrolled at least 9 people total in our Missouri Parliamentary Association, MSAP, our state association, and we then formally formed our Smart Parley Youth Club. And what we do is we basically go out and we learn about parliamentary procedure first, Robert's rules and how to run meetings and all that stuff. And then we're responsible on the state level to go out all over the state and show other young people how to do it. And so it's pretty exciting. So we have Miss Ree is our secretary for the Smart Parley organization, and Miss Heaven is her mentor as a secretary. And then we have Mr. Xavier. He is our treasurer. And then his mom, Miss Bree Logan, a local amazing realtor, she is his mentor with that. And then Mr. Kevon, he's at work, but Mr. Kevon is our vice president, and Miss Paris is his mentor. And then Mr. Micah is our president of the Smart Poly Club, and I'm his mentor. He's at work also. And so I'm actually on his way to work. So again, young people, they're working and everything, but we're trying to make sure that we're really, really teaching them how to run the meetings. And what better way to teach them the rules of running the meetings than to learn and compete for money? And so that's how they're learning all the rules and everything of Robert's rules. And so Miss Paris, just as she helped lead us in our financial Jeopardy competitions, so she is actually leading us in the upcoming competition. And it's a state competition that we'll be competing and presenting from people all over the state. They'll be coming to watch us, our young people. Oh, we're so excited. Anyway, I just want to say that, but then Miss Paris may want to say a little bit more about how we're getting ready and how our young people from this area in Kansas City, we're the state model that's going around and going to be showing other young people around the state for this whole year of really how to get ready to run some stuff. How about that?
Yes.
Outstanding. Now I won't ask it of you right now, Paris Holly, but inevitably, those of us who are older in an election year, observing on national television various hearings, makes me wonder when your young people are more astute as it relates to parliamentary procedure than some whom we see on TV. I wonder what impressions they get when they see how hearings and other things are taking place in front of our eyes, not just without courtesy, but indeed sometimes violating parliamentary procedures, and they're running the world. So at some point, I want to come back to how the young people are impressed or not with those kinds of things. But let me turn it over to Paris Holly.
Yes, yes. I could definitely say for that, I think it would be very interesting to hear more about some of what our students think, because I've heard a little bit here and there from them. And, as we are approaching this election year, um, some of them at the beginning hadn't thought anything about it, but as we are doing our Roberts rules and they're learning, I think it
Yes.
would be very interesting to hear their point of view and their perspective. Um, but I do know as we're doing this and we're getting our students ready, we definitely want to reach out to more students and more people within the community to get them involved,
Oh,
because that is
yes.
the aspect of just growing the knowledge 100%. Um, it's not enough for just our students to learn it. Everybody needs to know it, whether it's our students or their parents who help participate within their learning process, and whoever's a part of their group is helping them study. And I know school's starting, so it'd be a little different, because if I'm not mistaken, our competition is August 24th, August 24th. So it's coming up really quick, but it's nothing to get everybody trained and ready to go, as long as that they're serious and we get to push it. Our community gets to see how our young students are just educated and moving forward with their knowledge is beautiful. So we look forward to that. And Miss Heaven has created a great model to help them study and getting the Jeopardy squared away. So I think that'll be really great, and we may be able to do a test run if Miss Heaven is up for it.
Yes,
Wow.
ma'am. Yeah.
And Heaven, what are your thoughts?
On the parliamentary competition,
Kind of from
or
my
just
perspective, kind of overall.
gotcha. I think it's amazing. I always think I'm always happy to work with Miss B on different projects, because I always think what she does for um our youth is amazing. I mean, we need this support. We need these opportunities to gain experience in leadership, and with this specific program is teaching us is just how to conduct meetings. Just I'm always learning great things when it comes to doing something with Miss V. So I'm always happy to work on a project with Miss V, because it benefits me in the long run. So I'm always like, yes, Miss V. Whenever she comes to me with something, I'm ready to work on it. But yeah, I just think it's
But
great
let,
what
let,
we're
me- let me
doing.
let me share this thought really quick about Miss Heaven, as before she kind of shows us a little bit. So this model that you're going to see, and I just want everyone to see an example of how the fun learning. I believe in fun academics. And so, this is a fun thing that she's going to show us of learning. But also though, this is the model. We're on the national parliamentary procedure, the National Association of Parliamentarians. We're on
Wow.
the national board for that. And um, so Miss Heaven got to work with me on doing this model for the nation, for the nation and the other territories that we that we serve. So Miss Heaven, because of her marketing background, I wanted to make sure I pulled her in to help me to do this. And then from there, we actually used this for the national competition for
Wow.
parliamentarians. So all the different organizations, I mean, white, black, everybody, business organizations, the Hispanic leadership, every young person around the country and the other territories who want to compete, they logged into her model and they did it and they competed, and KUAW and Micah did it too. And so it was a lot of fun, but I want to just share how we can, if we help them to do some of the smaller things, then through our connections, any of us, the older people, we can launch them and their talents into bigger arenas. And now she's now a part of, she gets mentioned often on the national level of doing this model for us. And they want her to do it again for the state. So she'll be leading the state and doing the model as well when we do the competition in August. And so I just wanted to make sure I'm saying that about her and her talents. because I didn't create this. She did it. So I just want to say that. Okay. But so she has a piece, and she'll tell us more about how to do this. But I want you to see the students. They have information. They've studied a little bit as they're getting ready for the competition. And this is the way that on August 24th, there's a system that she'll tell us about that every student who participates, and it won't be just us. Other students can log in to participate if they want to around the state. So we just want to make sure we're studying so that we win. So, and we ain't cheating, but our students, if we study, because it's random, we we can win some money and stuff like that and recognition. So with that, Heaven, it's on you.
So I have the questions pulled up. I'm gonna go ahead and ask one of the questions and see here if they've been studying. Let's see. Trying to host it on here. Classic host.
So will the book it work for us today? Maybe not.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do they need to sign in or do anything first?
They can click on the book it link. I'll send it real quick.
Okay, because gotcha. So the way that it is, it's under the platform, and so when it comes up, everyone it comes up, and I think, and I may have jumped the gun because maybe they log in when it comes on the screen. Because again, remember, I don't do it. She does it, so that's why I don't know, and so I could be messing her up. So I'm so sorry, Miss Evan, if I am.
Well, while Miss Heaven gets that squared away and pulled up for us really quick, I do want to mention that our parliamentary seminar that is on August 24th is from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. And then if people want to meet in person, it will be a $35 registration fee. And it will be located at the St. Luke's United Church of Christ off of 727 North Main Street in Independence, Missouri. So pull up. But if you just want to join in on Miss Heaven's model, have some stuff posted as time comes closer. So just giving everybody a heads up on
contact information.
I will pull this up real quick and I will post it so we could have it posted on the screen if Mr. Clay wouldn't mind.
That'd be great. And I'll say it. They can email us at your money, your business. I'm sorry, your money, your business at gmail.com. And I think she's gonna put that in there so they can email us. And we will provide it for young people who want to participate. If they want to come in person and be live in the live event, the $35, we will sponsor them if they want to come and participate there. So I just want to say that because there'll be food and all type of stuff, but they'll get to see people from all over the state. We'll have a full meeting and all this stuff, but they'll get to participate. There'll be a youth area where they can have some fun.
This is outstanding. And let me see, DeQuay Wilson, if I could, Paris wanted to know if you were getting the information that she had. You do?
We're adding it now.
Paris, did you hear that? DeQuay indicated.
No, I didn't.
DeQuay indicated that they're adding that information now. So do you need to do anything else, or you're okay?
No, I'm fine.
Okay.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Then you guys should see the booklet that has popped up that Miss Heaven has posted, so we could all join in.
This will be great.
Am I able to share my screen so they can see the
meeting
ID so they can, yeah.
Let us find out about the screen sharing. Okay, they're with us. This is interesting to me because it is an on-air lesson, and here we go. Outstanding.
And
Heaven,
you
you
have
can
a
share
moment.
now.
Okay.
I
I'm sorry. Go
need
ahead, DeQuay. You were.
Letting Heaven know that she can share now.
Here we are.
Excellent.
Is that the Blooket?
Yes.
All right. Always very interesting to my generation. Catching up
So,
on the technology.
so Miss Heaven, can you talk us through exactly what you want those to do who want to participate?
Yes, so if you click on that link that I just put in the meeting chat, it should take you to a screen that says Book It, and
Yes.
you'll be able to enter a game ID. And that is where, if you look at your screen, I'm sharing my screen now, and it is the code that is on the top right of the screen.
They're
All
in.
right. Yes,
They're in.
indeed. Oh, okay. So the familiar names.
Yes. And it's fun because when we first did it, everybody they can choose an icon and these little pictures of who they are. It's really kind of fun. So okay, so we'll just go with those three for now. I just wanted to. So I'm watching and I'm driving, so I won't be able to play. So, okay.
Okay.
To reduce or increase the time for debate, a member would move to.
Ha. Now, do we guess or can I
they will
answer that
guess.
question?
Well, now you would have to go in here
Oh,
to
okay.
answer it, and now you're welcome to after the time is done. You
Yeah,
could
I would.
always answer it later after once it stops.
Okay.
Mine's
Only.
kicked me. I wasn't able to click on.
Oh man.
That's okay. There was three. So what happens then is that what we do here is yes, it calculates the responses. As you can imagine, we had like 50 people doing this when at the national, at least 50 students. And so it's being able to wherever they are log in, do this, remotely, and then we had an actual certified parliamentarian. Miss Heaven would ask the questions, and then a certified parliamentarian, after the answers came through, then if there was real questions about what the answer was, stuff like that, then they would from there give more direction. So the responses are there. There's one response in the blue, and then Miss Heaven, you have the correct answer with you.
Yes, it should show us what the correct answer is, but maybe I didn't press that in the settings
So
for
our
it to reveal which answer is the correct answer. But let me see. I will pull up the document here.
table.
To reduce or increase. Yeah, it doesn't show. It's not. Sorry, guys. It's not showing me the
No,
correct
that's all
answer.
right.
Usually, will show like a check mark or something next to what the correct answer is, so we can see.
But I think Mr. Boyd is saying he knows the answer.
I don't
Oh,
I don't know if I do. I would move to table, but I don't know if that's the correct answer. That's
Well, he is waiting in the lobby.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know if I'm violating the rules or
Well, we're waiting to be let in so that you can select an answer.
now as they compete.
hold on. Let's see here.
Okay.
So
Just
then
because
that
they said they were waiting to be let in to play, so I was like, let me go in and random question order, number of questions. Okay, well, I mean, it should show me the correct answer, but for whatever reason, I don't know.
it didn't.
Try to
That's
see.
okay. We'll go to another one.
Sorry, guys. If you click on that link, it should have It probably kicked you out of the game, but whoever was waiting, you should be able to join this new game.
Now, when the competition is in full force, is it a matter of
Speed.
order, or is it whoever clicks first, or how does that go?
Yes, whoever clicks the fastest and gets the correct answer usually gets the most points.
So you have made me a cool cat. All right.
Amen. That's fun. And it's good. And I just want to say, Miss Heaven, thank you for, jumping on the day to this. When we did it before, we practiced a couple of weeks in a row, and she has a script and all of that. And so, and it has a lot of that. So we haven't practiced this part a little bit. So thank you, Miss Heaven. I appreciate you for jumping in.
Handling motions. Abstentions are blank.
Now, should
answer? You have 13 seconds left to answer.
So I can answer that?
Yes.
Okay. Abstentions are non-votes.
Oh, okay. So you have to push a button. So there's, I see. So we made you a cool.
Well, I won't answer anymore if I got one right.
You are great. You are great.
Alrighty, here. Still looking for that answer here because it's not doing it in correct order. So I'm trying to
check mark.
Right. Let me see here. Abstentions are. And I do not have these answers ready, like off the top of my head. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry about that.
It should be instances in which members who are present do not vote; they abstain.
Right, not counted. Yes. Yes, you are right. In which members who are present do not vote. You are correct about that. Found it. Yes, ma'am.
Amen.
Next question. So, seems like Mr. Carl Boyd was the one who answered
first.
The fastest and correct. Yes.
The fastest and correct. That's good.
Thank you.
The role of a chairman in a meeting is primarily to. Sorry about that. I muted that so y'all can hear me read the question.
Oh, no, I'm through. I got one right. I'm a spectator now.
No, go ahead and answer, Mr. Boyd. So funny.
The role of a chairman in a meeting is Oh, I was too late? Okay.
There, now it's showing me which one is the correct. It's to enforce the rules of the assembly. So we see one person got that answer correct.
Okay, I would have said it differently. So anyway, I would have gotten it incorrect anyway.
You're awesome. You're awesome. And this is fun because what happens is that, hey, Miss Jazz, what happens is, it is fun because they're racing and everybody's, thinking about it. And it's okay. I'll stop talking. Go ahead.
What happens next when an amendment is adopted?
It is approved. Wait, I see. They give you
you have 3 choices, and you have to push one of them.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay, I see.
Alrighty, we see the correct answer is.
Choice, but I see now.
Yes.
Okay. I'm beginning to understand now that they give you answers from which to choose. I thought you had to offer your own answer.
Know it. Now, you will need to know it August 24th. So a lot of it will be, but that's why we practice a lot this way. But in the real state competitions, like
Yes.
Skills USA and all that, you have to know. So what we've been doing for 2 weeks, well, for the next 2 weeks for sure, after this Saturday, we'll be practicing a lot so that we can fast see if we know. But then we actually will do a mock meeting, and where they'll have scenarios where they're going to have to say the right motion and abstain the right way and all of that. So we're studying rules and stuff now, and then they will actually do a live meeting, and that's how they're graded in the national competitions. um, Skills USA, Future Farmers of America, everybody, they win badges for knowing this stuff, and they win scholarships. So as you know about me, it's always about resume, scholarships,
Yes.
getting in school, getting money. Okay, and so whatever we can do to show we know it too, and we're gonna win too. So
Ultimately, how many competitors are there from across the state, and is it eventually from across the country?
so yes, it is across the country. When we did it
Wow.
during Youth Parliamentary Week, that's the one where Heaven did this for the whole country and territories. I guess whatever Virgin Islands, stuff like that. We had 50 young people, but we had
Wow.
like probably 100 people watching. So this will be the first time that we're actually doing a state competition for Missouri. So, um, so normally each state can have a youth group, which we didn't have one in Missouri. So we started the state youth group. We just started this year, and then our own Parley Club for us, just us, like our young people in the Smart Club. We just started that. We just voted all that like a month ago to create our club to compete at the state level.
Wow.
So
That
that's what's happening.
that is remarkable. That is, and grade levels from what grade to what grade?
Middle and high school and college can
Oh,
participate, and there are levels for everyone. It's interesting that when they're doing a lot of the competitions, they're all in there together, which to me was interesting. Um, so because it's like if you're an officer, you're an officer, and you have to know these rules, whoever you are. And if you're running meetings, it doesn't matter how old you are. Like a lot of 4-H kids and stuff like that, and Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, a lot of times they're officers and running these meetings, but they don't really know the rules. So now, as we're getting them more involved in these competitions, we're just teaching everybody to run it the right way. And the person who got me involved in this, Mr. Boyd, is Miss Barbara Thomas. She has been a secretary
oh, is that
of
right?
National Socialist Parliamentarians for years.
Wow.
And I was having a
Outstanding.
situation with the board I was on, and she's like, "You need to become a parliamentarian. You need to go get certified so you can, you know, figure this out."
Now
And
that
I went and got my certification, and it worked. I just want to say that
now that
because
she
me,
has
I knew what to do is what happened.
now that she has relocated, do you have occasion to see her in any of these as an observer or judge?
Yes, actually, the Plaza unit meeting, which it's a state unit of, so, I'm the president of the Plaza unit, but she's still a member. So we have people, no
Outstanding.
matter where they move, they still come, they still meet with us, and so she gets to see the young people a lot, compete and do different stuff, and she really, of course, that it excites her because she's watching it happen, and she started it with me. So they got what I know because of her.
This is
Which
so
is
so
great.
good. Well, go ahead, Paris, and have and
I
Heaven.
actually was just you guys reminded me because I'm going to Colorado at the end of this month to message Miss Barbara because I haven't seen her in a while. So except for when we do our meetings, actually. So it just made me remember.
Wow.
Amen.
Now
She's been a
we're
great mentor to all of us, really, through BEU and all that stuff. So she's pretty great. Okay, so maybe we'll do one more, Miss Heaven, and then we'll stop. But I think it's showing everybody that, and it's really fun. And then, of course, the more you study, the more you know. The more you get to get in there faster and knowing everything. You get to win. And of course, for us, I always like to give money prizes, so that's just my thing. But so we're gonna do that, and it could be good here as Miss Rihanna and Mr. Xavier have been responding. Once after we do this last one, Miss Paris, maybe you can kind of ask them what they thought about this and get some more feedback after we do this next question. But
Yes,
that's
yes.
okay. I'm gonna go on mute and then I'm gonna start driving.
Sounds good. Are you ready for us, Miss Heaven, to go to the next one?
Yes, ma'am.
Do it.
Members of a standing committee are chosen by blank.
I don't think we're on this. Oh, there we go.
The correct answer is the process established in the bylaws. Seems 2 people got that correct. Good job, guys. Let's see. Are we ready to end the game now? We're just doing
Yes, yes. Let's go ahead and see where we stood. Our final. Great job, you guys. So, Miss Rihanna and Mr. Xavier, since you guys both have the same points, I guess I'll ask Miss Rihanna first. How did you feel about this process and where we'll be going for August 24th when we'll be utilizing this system? How do you feel about it? Can you hear me, Miss Rihanna? We will come back to you. Mr. Xavier, how did you feel about this process?
Oh, that was the first one. Can you please repeat the question? Hello?
Yeah. How did you feel about this process? So when we go into our August 24th setting, utilizing this system, how do you feel about it?
I feel confident because in 8th grade we used the same method to study the tests, and it helped me through a lot of, especially in history class. And we use knowledge that I'd be able to study for just to put in a short competition, or not even just a competition. It's a fun way to express the answers that I put down. Gives me confidence that I feel like we'll do well on this one.
Okay, and I have another question for you. Okay. How have you been studying so far?
I've been studying. So besides from like being everywhere back and forth, things like that, sometimes I just take a look. I'm trying to make it more of the time, but sometimes I just go take a look at the notes at the top of the group chat, and then I either add some to my notes, or I go put them forth somewhere else, like write them down, and then I'll go ask myself a question. Have my mother ask me the question.
That's great. You're utilizing some of your Fab Four, and we love it. And then Miss Rihanna also posted that she really liked it. So I'm gonna go with this is a great system. You've done a great job, Miss Heaven. I liked it as well. Um, I think my phone just doesn't like me in all actuality. It's time for an update. Um, but I pulled it up the back end on my laptop and just continued to go from there. So it is a very user friendly system. So you did a wonderful job.
He really did. I have a question for Mr. Xavier. I want to follow up on something that he said just as he was kind of sharing his first answer. He said this kind of helped him a little bit with his social studies. And if you don't mind, Mr. Xavier, can you expand on that a little bit? Because, um, elections and voting and all of that type of stuff, I don't know if they talk about it as much in our classes anymore. So anything you can share with us on how it's helped would be wonderful to hear, I think. Please.
Steph, may you please repeat the question? My earbud keeps going in and out.
No, absolutely. It was a long way of me saying you said that it helped you with social studies a little bit, like it kind of some way like correlated or like, oh, okay, yeah, that fits there. Tell us a little bit more about that. Like, it's some familiarity or thing learned or something.
Um, it's kind of familiar because we had a sub transfer to our history class this year because our original teacher got convicted with something. I'm not
Yes.
allowed to say. So the way that she would teach us is that she would it was mainly notes almost every day, and then time to time assignments that was more based off the notes, and then almost every time before a quiz or a test, she would come towards and start like a blood kit, like a boot or a game kit or something like that. Where
Please go ahead.
We don't get a
Uh-oh.
lot of details of how this
We're,
works. So that's the reason I was interested to know a little more about that. But that's great because anyway, study skills, how to study, how to get it in and make it stick. That's pretty exciting. Okay, Mr. Boyd, please, yeah, talk to us. Sorry about that.
oh, not at all. I was just thanking you for the demonstration. And that's funny, you read my mind because I was going to ask whether or not these experiences have a place outside of formal parliamentary procedures. Just knowing how to go about getting things done, does it help outside of, say, a competition? So you're calling upon Brother Xavier the way you did helps to answer that question for me. Would that be true of anyone else? Do you use what you learn anywhere other than a formal meeting? And I'll tell you how it helps me, but I'll ask the question for others first.
I will say yes. Um, for me personally, it also helps me just present myself differently for the different environments I tend to be in. Just general education, it helps you move a little more educated.
Yes, and I think that I can say fairly confidently, as you have seen the Divine Nine, or fraternities and sororities as they support Kamala Harris. One of the things that we all have in common is our meetings use parliamentary procedure. And one of the things that it helps with, after you have passed a motion in a meeting and someone brings up the topic again in the meeting, the person conducting the meeting will say, we have already disposed of that. You made a motion, you carried the motion, that's taken care of. We need to move on to other business. And the way that helps me just in other ways in life, when somebody is carrying it on beyond the necessity, just like parliamentary procedure, hey, we've already disposed of that, we've already talked about that, let's move on. And I was wondering if some example like that applies to others.
Yes, I'm going to share a thought. One of the reasons that I initially really got into teaching the young people parliamentary procedure is to use it as a tool. The more that we learn it, for conflict resolution and in the schools and all that type of stuff. And so that was one of the main things that we're hoping to do with teaching the young people and their families more and more and more about public procedure. That was the main thing. But then with my seniors, it's become even more important because like some of our students, they might be in student councils in high school and stuff, you know, but we don't have a lot right now that I've seen our young people, do that. But once they get into, I think once they understand how these things can prepare them to be in, clubs and leadership roles and all that, I think they're more likely to do it. Where right now, I think they really don't do it because they don't see, like, we don't even know what's going on over there. So the more that they can understand why being a president, vice president, secretary, how it moves their school or their community, then they're seeing a little bit more about, oh, is that how that's done? So a big part of us doing this competition with these current students is that we're going to be going to different meetings, like city government, stuff like that, so they can also see people using it. And then they'll begin to see the influence that people have being on these boards, commissions, club
Yes, yes,
leadership,
yes.
and then understand and going into college, military, anywhere, you can do that too. And we hope you will do that, but they have to see it and know the rules. Otherwise, it's like basketball. You might want to go play basketball, but I'm not a basketball player. I don't know nothing about it, so you don't even try out. So
Good
And
point.
I could definitely say it is extremely helpful, at least on the college aspect. And I could say a little bit for the JROTC aspect. I didn't go into the actual military, um, but it is extremely helpful just knowing that because I've been in a lot of different clubs and societies in college and held different roles from secretary, VP, president, treasurer, all of it. I've held some type of role in almost every organization I've participated in, and knowing these things, if I would have known them prior to, it would have helped tremendously. But sometimes you just have to learn as you go.
Well, I'll
But they
tell you,
have a
you are a great mentor because that's what you were meant to be. So thank you for being you. We're at the end of the program, so we would like summary remarks. Attorney Broadus, if you would get us started and allow each to
yes,
offer a quick, I guess it's 38-second close.
gotcha. So I'm just going to share. We'll be coming back into to answer your question.
Sound is in and out.
Okay, so we will be coming back. We will make sure we have all of our students ready to go. We have our August 24th parliamentary meeting. Any students or people who would like to attend, please be mindful to reach out to our Your Money, Your News email that we put in the comments that hopefully Mr. Quay will share with you guys. We will have we will offer scholarships to those who would like to participate on the student level in this competition. Ms. Heaven did a wonderful job creating this platform for us to use. Thank you again for Mr. Xavier and Miss Rihanna for coming on, participating, and being such a great just student and just constantly putting your all into what we're doing. Again, thank you to Miss V for bringing us all together for Smart Money and all of our affiliates that dropped down. And thank you again for Mr. Boyd for having us on your show today.
Thank you.
And thank you, Mr. Quay.
Thank you so much.
Oh, okay. I guess we will turn it over to Mr. Quay at this point.
Well, really quick before we go, I do want to remind our 7th through 12th grade students about our essay contest. You can win a monetary award. The essay can be about any veteran at your school. Will be titled "Heroes You Know You Didn't Know Were Heroes." If it's submitted to be read by an adult On this program, you will be awarded a monetary prize. Please send entry or inquiry to stootsforboots@gmail.com. And then I would like to thank you all for joining us on your Stoots for Boots Wave Your Grades program. We do come to you live every Saturday from 1 until 2 p.m. Central Standard Time from the WEB Du Bois Learning Center right here in Kansas City, Missouri. I am your announcer, DeQuay Wilson. Now our host, Carl Boyd, will close with either Carl's commentary on academic patriotism or his daily message for students in honor of our veterans from his book, Morning Messages.
And by the way, for the young people whom we are thanking, we thank you for being exemplars and bringing me to a 1991 quote that has stayed with us. No one rises to low expectations. And to students across the USA, your Stoots for Boots message for this day, August 3rd. For all Americans who enlist, every student must insist that when those warriors return, they'll feel good, and well they should, about the good grades you have earned. Thank you so very, very much, Attorney Valencia. Thank you so very, very much, Mentor Paris. Thank you, Rihanna, Heaven, Xavier, DeQuay Wilson, Brother Lewis. My name is Carl Boyd. Gracious God and wonderful Wanda, I'm on my